What is happening? So it's been a minute since I've put out a video, and for that I really want to apologize. It was my intention to do like videos in between Texas and Burning Man, and then a video of Burning Man itself, and then kind of the aftermath. But the truth of the matter is, it was really difficult to film during that event, and I really wanted to just experience it. So I'm going to try something a little different this episode, and I'm just going to kind of talk you through kind of my experience there and what happened. I did take some video out there, so I'll put some clips up as I'm talking through it, but I'm back. Thank you so much for being patient, and hope to take you along on some of my future adventures as I continue exploring the West. So in case you're new here, my name is Garrett, and in 2024, so last year, I sold everything I own. I moved into the back of my Sprinter van, and I've just been kind of traveling the country full time. And if you've been following along, you saw my last video was actually at my parents' house, and that's where I was kind of doing some final prep for Burning Man. From there, I went to spend a week and a half down at my daughter's house because she went with me to Burning Man, and I kind of just slept on her couch for like a week and a half. We spent 4 days driving from Texas to Nevada. Went up through Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then up through Salt Lake City in Utah, and then cut over to Black Rock Desert in Nevada. It's been quite the journey. There's been a lot of things that have happened in the meantime. I'm going to try to kind of fill you in on this episode. But for today, really, I just finished packing away the rest of the stuff that I don't want to carry around in the van that I purchased for Burning Man. I rented a small storage shed here in Reno, Nevada, just to kind of keep it on hand that if I decide I want to go next year, I've already got everything I need loaded up in storage here. But it's time to continue exploring, so I'm going to go do some laundry today. I've already done laundry once, but I need to do it again since Burning Man, and then I'm gonna go find a camping spot on some BLM land down south of Reno. I'll take you along and I'll kind of talk you through kind of what's happened in the almost 30 days since I posted a video. So let's roll. Me and my daughter started out in San Marcos, Texas, and we drove all the way to Burning Man. It took us about 4 days. Got to camp in some really cool spots. Went through like Moab, Utah. Got to see some arches from the road there. It was just a beautiful drive. So me not being from the West, I was just in awe the entire time, because we have mountains in the east, but not like out west. The mountains in the east are beautiful. The mountains out west are awesome, just huge in comparison. So that was a absolutely gorgeous drive. Really enjoyed that. And then once we got to Black Rock City, and that is where the Burning Man event is held, we drove out onto the playa, which is an old lake bed. As soon as we drove onto this lake bed, no more than 10 minutes after we got there, we saw a wall of dust and sand coming towards the van while we were waiting in line, and it just covered us. Couldn't see anything. Visibility was hardly nothing. It was a surreal experience to be able to see that coming and just know that there's nothing we can do but just accept it. And not long after the dust storm came, then the rain came. So my van turned into a muddy mess within 10 minutes of driving onto the playa, because all that dust was in the air that was on the van, got covered in rain, mud everywhere. You can't drive on this lake bed when it's muddy. So we were stuck in line for 22 hours. We were up until probably midnight. Then me and my daughter just ended up going to sleep in the back. Woke up in the morning, still not moving. We didn't get in until probably late afternoon that day. It was definitely an experience just coming into this temporary city that is constructed in the middle of the desert. And once we came onto the city, I can't even begin to describe just how disorienting it is at first. once we found somewhere to camp, the first thing we had to do is set up our camp. So that basically consisted of using all the things that I bought to prepare. For example, we had tarps that I attached to the roof, and that kind of kept the sun from beating the sides of the van, which kept it a lot cooler in here. I was actually very pleasantly surprised on how well that system ended up working. And once we set up camp, next objective was to explore some of the city. So for the first few days, we had lots of sandstorms and lots more rain. So we were kind of restricted on exploring because once it rains out there, everything just turns to this sludge that sticks to everything. The good thing is the weather did clear up in the latter part of the week, and it was absolutely beautiful. It wasn't too hot. We weren't reaching triple digits or anything like that. I really enjoyed the latter half of it, and we just got to really explore the city. All the artwork that is out there, I cannot begin to describe just the detail that is in some of this artwork that people bring out. Like, it was just amazing to see. Best way to get around Black Rock City is on bikes. So we spent most of our time on bikes, just kind of biking around the city, seeing all the art. They have another thing called mutant vehicles out there. Like some of the art cars, we had this giant octopus that shot flame out of his tentacles. There was cars that looked like bridges that were driving around. Like, that was one of the things I was looking forward to the most, just seeing these crawl around the desert. And it was just amazing. And Black Rock City at night comes alive. There are lights everywhere, just music everywhere. All in all, I had a phenomenal experience there. I think my daughter did too. We definitely ran into our share of struggles while we were out there, which is to be expected in a remote desert. But overall, it was an awesome trip. After we left, we decided to stay in some hotels. Unfortunately, at one of the hotels we stayed at, we had an incident. It was the night before I was taking my daughter to the airport, and I woke up in the morning, looked at my security footage. I have cameras that are mounted all around my van. Someone had cased out my bike at like 2:30 in the morning. I could see him on the camera looking at it when I woke up in the morning. Came back about an hour later with some bolt cutters, snipped the cable lock on my bike, and took off. So I was very disappointed when I woke up in the morning, but I remembered that I had a tracker on that bike that I've never used because I've never had a need to. So I opened up my app, and sure enough, it was about 3/4 of a mile away at somebody's house. So me and my daughter got up that morning. I took her to the airport. As soon as I dropped her off back to the house, not in direct view, mind you, I called the cops. And thank you, Reno PD. I really appreciate it. They came out within an hour. I told them what house I tracked it to. They went to the door, and sure enough, they got my bike back. I could not believe it. I thought it was gone for sure. They retrieved my bike, so they let me load it back up in my van, took off. There was no damage to the bike. That was that. Looks like I'm getting a little low on gas, so need to make a stop for that first. I usually use gas station stops to take out my trash. Alright, I decided to call an audible. I'm not going to do laundry today after all, because I only have a little load and I wanted to kind of reset after everything, but I also don't think I have dinner for tonight. So instead of doing laundry today, which is not absolutely needed, I'm going to go get food instead, because that is needed. All right, just need to check and see what I have here. Not a lot. Have you ever gone on vacation and then when you get back, you just kind of feel like doing nothing? That's kind of the mindset I'm in now. After 7 days at Burning Man, I don't really feel like cooking. I think I'm just gonna run in and grab something I can just toss in the skillet or the microwave to make something easy tonight. And no, I don't make it a habit of doing these microwave meals very often, but every once in a while, especially after Burning Man, I don't feel like cooking. So that's dinner for tonight. Let's roll on, check out this campsite for tonight. All right, we're pretty close. Let's go. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you've known that most of my adventures I've filmed and documented here have been on the East Coast. This is my first time out west. One big factor of living in a vehicle or a van, RV, etc. is that on the western half of the United States, they have BLM land, which I've mentioned before, but that stands for Bureau of Land Management, and that's basically lands that the government owns for public use, and that is where we're camping tonight. From my understanding, for the most part, you can camp for up to 14 consecutive days on BLM land before you need to move, which it's kind of nice, because if you followed along, you know, normally I don't stay in the same spot for more than one night. All right, coming up on the turn now, somewhere up here anyway. This is just a beautiful campsite out here because you're just surrounded by mountains. 360 views, all sides, just beautiful. Let's see. I think right over here will do. And we'll just pull off the side of the road right up here. That should do. It's a little warm out. About, let's see, what did I say? About 83. So I'm gonna go ahead and put up my window coverings and get the campsite situated for the night. Go ahead and crank on that AC. Good to go. A little bit warmer than it was whenever I left this morning. I want to show you around the campsite real fast. There we go. You got mountains everywhere. Got one other camper over there, kind of far back. But yeah, just been camping here for a few days because it is quiet. And I haven't had a lot of quiet here over the last 2 weeks. I love camping with my daughter and hanging out, but two people living in a 80 square feet space for 2 weeks. I'm sure she was ready to get home, get back to her bed, and I was ready to have the van back to myself. Even though, Kaylee, if you're watching, I love you. You're welcome to camp anytime. 2 weeks was a long time though. Absolutely beautiful. Actually, we'll keep that shut so that way AC can do its magic. But yeah, I really enjoy camping on this BLM land. It's nice knowing that I've got 14 days where I could stay in a spot if I wanted to. Although I've been here for a couple of days already and I'm kind of itching to get exploring again. So I haven't made a lot of plans yet. My ultimate goal is to get this video shot and edited and get that posted. And then I'm going to resume with my normal weekly videos from there. Again, I know I apologized at the beginning of the video, but I'm so looking forward to continuing taking you with me on these adventures. I really enjoy making these videos. I've definitely missed it here over the past month. And again, thank you again for bearing with me. And hopefully the updates I gave you give you kind of a glimpse into, you know, what's been going on for the past 30 days. I'm getting hungry. It's time to heat up that microwavable meal I got at Walmart earlier. Chef Ramsay. I've never tried these before. I'll let you know how it tastes. I don't eat these often, but after going through all that travel and that event, I've been feeling kind of lazy. Let's see, is this one of those you need to, yeah, let it vent a little bit. All right. I've probably said this on this channel before, but it is super nice having a microwave in the van for these quick meal nights. It took us 4 days to get from Texas to Nevada. There was a lot of adventures along the way. You know, we stopped in Roswell, New Mexico, checked out the Alien Museum. That was kind of really cool to see. And after we stopped in Roswell, New Mexico, we continued up through Albuquerque. I don't know if any of you guys are fans of like Breaking Bad, the series. We had to stop by and see Walter White's house. We just did kind of a drive-by. I'll put it up here on the screen somewhere, but they had a bunch of signs in the yard said you can take pictures but do it from across the street, and they have fences all in front of the yard now. It was just pretty interesting to see. We also got to go up through a little part of Colorado and then up through Utah. I have never been in Utah before, so getting to see all those red rock formations as we drove through, that's definitely an area I have to explore over the next few months. Voila. Dinner is looking as good as a microwavable dinner can, I guess. Oh, you know what? Open this door. Much cooler out there now. It's amazing how much cooler it gets out here in the desert after the sun goes down. Huge difference. Nothing like it on the East Coast. Let's do the taste test, shall we? It's not bad. It's definitely better than some microwavable meals I've had. Yeah, not bad at all. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little intimidating coming out here west. I've been pretty familiar with the East Coast as I lived on the East Coast for like 10 years before I moved into the van and lived on the East Coast for a year. But I really made like virtually no plans after Burning Man. Like I am pretty much just wide open. I'm kind of thinking maybe tomorrow or the next day I might head over to Lake Tahoe, spend some time over there, maybe go down to Yosemite National Park. There's just so much to see and do, very overwhelming. I'm just gonna have to kind of pick a path and just start traveling and kind of see where I end up. But I think there may be a Tahoe episode in the future, there may be a Yosemite episode. Those are my two that I have my eyes on for now. If any of you have any recommendations for either of those two places, definitely let me know. I mean, there's so much to see out here. I'm very excited to see it and take you along. Y'all, I don't know if I was really hungry or if this microwave meal by Chef Ramsay is just delicious, but that was really good. Oh man, check out this sunset. That's just gorgeous out there. A nice little breeze coming through. Honestly, it's a little chilly for a t-shirt and shorts. Uh-oh, another dirty fork in there. Like, I'm gonna chill for a while tonight. Like I said, I've been kind of watching some Breaking Bad since we saw his house. Probably gonna watch an episode of that until the sun's starting to set a little more. I'll show you here in a little bit. Been loving it here in Nevada so far, for sure. I'm gonna set up a show to watch. The sun goes down a little more. And just relax for a bit. Alright, I am on season 2. I don't remember what episode, maybe this one. Alright. I get to sit here and watch my show and enjoy the view. Beautiful. Show's over. It is dark outside. Let's get the bed ready. Catch up with y'all in the morning. Oh. Good morning. Got pretty cold last night. It was like, I don't know, 40 degrees out. One blanket here. 2 blankets, good to go. It's about time to start the day with some coffee. So today, the only real plan I have is to go to the gym and get a workout in and a shower. Yeah, I think like to the 2 weeks leading up to Burning Man, I kind of got off my gym routine for a while just because I was couch surfing on my daughter's house and then driving, and then of course at Burning Man, you know, out in the desert. It's been nice to try to get back in a gym routine. Got a little rinse. Cheers. Perfect. So my original plan after Burning Man was going to be just to stay out west and just continue exploring out here. And that's still kind of the plan. I did have something that's going to pull me back to Texas in late October. Without getting too much in the weeds, basically I need to get my Texas residency. And I was trying to do it before Burning Man and it just did not end up working out. So my plan is I'm going to start headed that way very slowly, just exploring a lot of things along the way and just sort of working my way south. Yeah, but today just gonna get a workout in at a Planet Fitness. I've become kind of a Planet Fitness connoisseur because that's primarily where I shower. I would say 9 times out of 10 my showers are at Planet Fitness, and this particular Planet Fitness is a brand new facility and it is super nice. I think it's about time to clean up my mess over here, get ready to head over to work out. I think for the purposes of this episode, I'm gonna go ahead and call it, just because this is not my typical video. Normally I'll kind of take you through like an adventure I'm going on, and this was more of me just talking and kind of a recap of Burning Man, the trip there, and kind of the aftermath. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I do plan on getting back to weekly episodes, so stay tuned for more content coming your way. If you got this far in the video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like, maybe subscribed for more content like this. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much for your patience. I truly appreciate it, and I will see y'all next week.